The Trek Domane Gravel is an awesome bike for riding on dirt, but it is not a gravel bike. Here's why.
I can't keep it online.
The Trek Domane endurance road bike is my favorite endurance road bike by far. It's one of the maybe 3 or 4 bikes I've given 5 full stars on BikeRadar.com over the years. It handles rough roads beautifully. I love the machine. You can take it on normal roads, you can take it on chunky dirt roads. It has what Trek calls the ISO-speed decoupler, which basically means the rear end of the bike and now the front of the bike move a little bit under vibrations and loads, which means a more comfortable ride for you, but it doesn't feel strangely squishy or squirmy underneath you. Trek seems to have recognized that all the kids are going on the gravel these days and they too want to have a gravel bike, so they have slapped the gravel moniker on a bike. And in doing so, I believe they've oversold it a little bit. And it really comes down to tire clearance. So the Domane, when it came out, had a max 32 mil suggested tire. You could squeeze in more, but they said, 32, that's as far as we'll safely allow. The Trek Domane Gravel is the same exact bicycle, same molds, same setup, except it has the Schwalbe G1 35 mil tire in there, which I think is an awesome tire. Some of my rowdier friends and colleagues find it to be a little thin. 35 mil is already pushing the limits of this bike in terms of clearance. And for most dirt roads, that's perfectly adequate. But to be an out-and-out gravel bike, I think you need to have at least 40 mil of clearance, just so you've got options. You don't have to run a tire that fat, but if you want to do some of the granddaddy gravel events like Dirty Kanza, or just ride chunkier terrain, the best way to interface with your environment is the tire, and the rougher the ground, the fatter the tires. So as it stands, the Trek Domane is in great company with endurance road bikes. Think Specialized Roubaix, Cannondale Synapse. These are bikes you can take on very smooth tarmac, they'll feel great, or you can take them on rougher roads, work perfectly fine. So I'm not saying that the Domane Gravel is not a competent bike in a range of circumstances. It's just being oversold by calling it a gravel bike because it's not. It doesn't have the full range that a full gravel bike would, like something from Salsa or 3T's weirder machines. So what makes a gravel bike for you depends on where you live and where you like to ride. The Trek Domane Gravel could be an excellent option for where you live. For me, it's pretty ideal, honestly, in that I live in Boulder, Colorado, ride a lot of dirt roads, nothing too gnarly, and often I'm riding dirt roads just on my road bike with 25 mil slick tires. So this is a great bike for that. If you live in Kansas and ride on nasty, sharp flint rocks, you'll want something a bit more. Now, interestingly, I think the Trek Domane Gravel is a product, like a lot of products, of where the company lives. So Trek is up in Waterloo, Wisconsin, and the state of Wisconsin has paved roads everywhere. This is part because of the massive dairy industry up there. As a result, there's not a lot of gravel riding in Wisconsin. So the Trek Domane Gravel could be a great gravel bike when you're riding on chipped paved roads. I would love to see the fine folks from Trek get out to some gnarlier gravel events and then go back to the drawing board to create the next iteration of the Trek Domane Gravel 2.0 with more tire clearance.